everyone, it's Haley, aka Haley's Hobbies, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about my hobbies. Hello, hi. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a winter TBR video, and I'm really excited because this week we have a cold front in Texas, so it's like 60 degrees out, and it hit like 50 and like 40 tonight, or this past night. So I'm like wearing a sweater because I'm not gonna like die, you know, because now it's a bit cooler outside. I need to put like elastic in this collar. It's kind of becoming like a what are those like royal, what are they called? Anyway, I don't know. So yes, I have a lot of new subscribers. So hello, hi. I gained like a couple from my book haul video. So welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I'm currently a master's student, although no, I think I'm still a master's student when I upload this. I'm almost done. I'm graduating potentially in like a few weeks. Yeah, this is going to be like the first time where I don't have any school stuff to do, which is going to be really strange, so I'm like really excited. So I feel like I have so much time to like do stuff, and even as I'm like wrapping up things and I only have this one class to work on, like the projects are still really intensive, but like I feel like I have free time again, especially because I'm not working on my thesis because it's turned in, you know. So yes, anyway, enough about school. I feel like I talk about school in every video. It's taken over my life really this past like 2 months. But yes, I have my tea, and I recommend y'all get a nice drink as well. And I'm gonna grab my little, okay, the title says TBR jar, but these are really like TBR bowls. Ta-da! So I have two. So I actually already filmed this video, but the entire time I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna read this, but I think I will. And it just was kind of just like not a great video. I wasn't really happy with it, and I hated filming it. So I was watching Alexa Ray's her November TBR video, and she had like the prompts, you know, and I was like, that sounds like a fun idea, because I have no idea what I want to read. Because if you saw my recent book haul, I bought a lot of books, and I feel like I'm having a bit of a decision fatigue kind of thing going on, where I just don't know where to start, but I want to be reading because now I finally have a bit more time to read, because I haven't read in the past month because of school. And so I was like, why don't I do like a TBR prompt thing, and then we can like pick all these out and then see which books fit the prompt. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So in this bowl I have like my physical TBR, and I've updated it to include the new books I bought, and I took out a lot of the old ones that I had read. And then in this one I have like specific prompts, like a book with like a butterfly on the cover, stuff like that. So I thought we could do like maybe 2 specific books from my TBR, and then do like 6 from here, and maybe talk about like 8 books. I'm gonna read more than 8 books because I have free time now. I feel like 8's a good number, so let's just do 8. Yeah, okay. Should we do the specific books first? I feel like that might be, we can get those out of the way, and then we'll go through all of the other ones. Okay. Oh my god. No! Okay, first up, Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. So this is actually kind of perfect because Wind and Truth comes out like early December. And so that's the last book that I want to get for a while. Have the 4th book here. Let me grab it. So here's Rhythm of War in all her beauty and gloriousness. I haven't read it yet. I need to like, there's this website where it goes chapter by chapter what happened in the like previous books, and I haven't read Stormlight in like a year and a half, and so I haven't picked up this world in a while, and there's a lot of small details in it, so I definitely need to review and like make notes and like print out, or I guess maybe just write stuff out. I don't know, I need to like make some notes. But essentially, if you don't know what the Stormlight Archive is about, it's this really epic fantasy written by Brandon Sanderson. There's going to be 10 books in the series, and the 5th book comes out in December and kind of wraps up the first arc, the first arc of the series, and then the next 5 books will be kind of the second arc. I have no idea where it's going. Essentially, there's a war between like different people. You have the Parshendi, who are kind of these evil like creatures and stuff, and then there's also the Aleshi. Is that what they're called? I can't remember, but like the kind of human type people, and they're at war for these things called gem hearts. And this war has been going on forever because a while ago their king was the human king was assassinated. So and like the Parshendi took credit for it, I think is what happened. And so they've been at war for a while, and the war is just going on with really no clear end in sight. And so there's a lot of politics that has to do with this, and then you also get characters that are starting to get magical powers. And there's these things called Spren who start following around some of the characters, and they're kind of like little companions, and they're really cute. And so you just kind of follow this world as people start getting these powers again. I don't know how much is a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say anything because I haven't read this in a while, obviously. But I love this series. I never thought I would get into Brandon Sanderson, and then I decided that I wanted to try it. And what I ended up doing was just buying the box set of the first 3 books in the series, and that's where I started. And I'm kind of sad that I started at Stormlight because I really don't think anything else is going to be better than this. But I do kind of want to read the Cosmere now and go like in order with everything. So that is Rhythm of War, and I have been itching to read this as well. So I think this will be great because then I can also buy Wind and Truth, and that will be my last book buying for a while. If you watch my book haul, you know I bought a lot of stuff. So the next book that I am going to read from my physical TBR. Okay. I've been wanting to read that too. Okay, that's good. I was terrified because obviously I have some big classics now. I was terrified I was going to get War and Peace. No, we got Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. This is actually the last of her main novels that I've been wanting to read. I don't know anything about Mansfield Park, to be completely honest. You have Fanny Price, and she lives with her relatives and her cousin. Oh, is she gonna get with her cousin? Why does everyone get with their cousin? But apparently there's a lot of satire, an extended exploration of the interplay between manner, sexuality, and character in what Austen depicts as a moral decline of English upper classes. And so it's arguably her most complex and socially aware novel. So I don't really know anything about that. I feel like this is a good sized classic. I was worried. I have a lot of big ones now. That completes the physical TBR, and so now let's go through the specific prompts. So I don't know if I should just pull them all out and then we go hunting for books, or if I should do them like one at a time. I'm gonna do them one at a time, and y'all let me know if I should do them like all together in the future, because I think this would be fun to do in the future. Yeah. Highest rated on TBR. I have no clue. Oh my god. So the first book actually is Charon Docks at Daylight, which is like a sapphic Walking Dead kind of thing. That sounds great. I don't know if I don't have that on my physical TBR though. Oh, I guess it's just TBR? I don't know, because the next book I have, so should I read that next? I feel like I should. The next book that I think I should read is The Fury of the Gods by John Gwynne. This is the 3rd book in the Bloodsworn trilogy, which follows a couple different characters as they deal with like the return of the gods, essentially. Like things are stirring, stuff's happening, there's betrayal, there's deceit, there's love, and all this good stuff. It's kind of based a lot on like Norse mythology, I think, and like kind of are they Vikings in a sense? Kind of. There's like clans. I think that's the right word for like a group of people for them. The first book is The Shadow of the Gods, and it has like the dragon on the cover, and it's amazing. I love this series. I think it's so fun. It's a series that I think about a lot, all the time for some reason. I don't know why, but like it kind of begins with Orca, who I always want to call Okra, and something happens and her child is taken away from her, and so she has to go and try and find her kid, of course. And then you also follow Varg, who is looking for his sister but happens to get wrapped up in joining one of the clans, specifically the Bloodsworn. And then you have also another character, and I can't remember her name. Anyway, so what I really love about John Gwynne, I don't know if he does this in his other novels, but at the beginning he kind of tells you a recap of the previous novel, which is great because I haven't read this in a while because I've just been waiting for it to come out. I can't remember a lot of it, but I really love it, and so I am excited that it's on this list. This is a book that I bought after my book haul. This book and Wind and Truth. Is it Winds and Truth or Wind and Truth? I think it's Wind and Truth. Those two were the books that I really wanted to buy this year. Like, those were really the only two that I was like actively going out and like looking for. And so I was really excited when I saw this on the display, and it had a half off sticker, so I was able to get another book half off. I think this will be fun to read for like January. I don't know why, but the blue is giving me like winter and like January. I am aware that it's just reflecting the ocean, but anyway. Okay, next one. Sapphic. Okay, wait. I have 3 that I haven't read yet. So this is one of the new ones that I bought. This was the one that I got half off with the Fury of the Gods. So this is Even Though I Knew the End by C.L. Polk. I don't normally gravitate towards like historical fiction, but this just like kind of drew me in. So a magical detective dives into the affairs of Chicago's divine monsters to secure a future with the love of her life. This sapphic period piece will dazzle anyone looking for mystery, intrigue, romance, magic, or all of the above. So yeah, it's really short. It's like a novella length. It's about 133 pages. And I just was like, this sounds really good. And normally I don't gravitate towards kind of a historical. Oh my god. Polk lives in a tiny apartment with too many books and a yarn stash that can last a decade. That is hilarious. That is literally me. So we have this one, quite short. I also have Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. So this still follows Viv, but before the events of Legends and Lattes, and kind of when she's kind of not wanting to be like a mercenary anymore. And so apparently she's wounded, and so she goes to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk. Oh, beach town? I feel like that would be more summer then, you know? Yeah, a summer fling. So I feel like I should read this one in the summer, because if it's a summer fling, then maybe it'll be like more summer vibes as opposed to like winter. Okay, and so then finally I have A Parrot's Life for Tea by Rebecca Thorne. This is the second book in the Tomes and Tea series. This has become like a little comfort series for me. I always say this, but if you like Legends and Lattes, you'll really like this series. And if you especially like Legends and Lattes, but you kind of wanted something a bit more action-packed, this is a great option. And apparently this is more kind of like episodic, and so it can kind of be read on its own, but it also kind of takes the place of a sequel because it follows the events of the first book, but it kind of like pauses those events and is kind of getting up to other stuff. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. If you don't know, the first book is about Chianthe and Raina, and essentially they just leave their lives behind to go live in a small town and open up a bookstore and a tea shop kind of combined. And I love it. It's so cozy, and I love that we still get a bit of action in the series because they're kind of being hunted in a sense, because Chianthe is like a very powerful mage, and I think she actually leads the mages. And then Raina was one of the queen's guards, and so they're pretty powerful people. And so people go looking after them, so there's a bit of stuff about that. And yeah, I just really love it. It's really cute, makes me happy, and so I don't know which one I want to read. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to keep both of these out, and we'll decide, because I do have a prompt that is historical romance, and so that could satisfy this one if I pull it. But if I do, then I can use that one. Next one. Ah! No! Oh my god, it says book with 1,000 pages. I don't think I have any books that satisfy that other than Rhythm of War. I mean, technically I have classics, but I really don't want to read a 1,000-page classic. I'm just gonna put this one back in there, and we're gonna repick. Okay. Because I don't feel like doing that one. I realize that defeats the purpose of a TBR jar, but no. Book with more than 500 pages. Okay, I can do that. I don't want to, but I can. So I'm thinking we do Great Expectations and maybe read it in the new year. So this is by Charles Dickens, and I actually haven't read anything by Charles Dickens. I'm not really sure what this book is about. I've tried to read it multiple times, and I've just never gotten into it, but now that I'm on my classics journey, I think it'll be a lot easier to get into it. I've been wanting to read this, so yeah, I just love the cover. It's again another one of the Barnes & Noble signature classics, and this one actually has like an introduction The Count How Many Cristo I don't think does. Maybe it does actually, and I just forgot. But yeah, I have been wanting to read this, so I think this will be perfect for the over 500 pages. I think it's like 522, so it works out perfectly. Okay, so that's technically 2 and then kind of 3. So this is 4. Most recent purchase. Okay, boom, there we go. Even though I knew the end. Great, we talked about it. Perfect, love that. If we get another historical romance, I don't have anything else. Okay, so then our sapphic read will be A Pirate's Life for Tea. Okay, I was like miscounting for a second. Okay, so this is our 5th book. A Place in the Title. I don't think I actually have that. Oh, you know what I could do? Emily's Map of the Otherlands. I realize this isn't really a place, but Otherlands is a place, so, and I have been wanting to read this. If you don't know, this is the 2nd book in the Emily Wilde series. The 1st book is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and you follow Emily, who is a fairy naturalist, and she studies fairies, and is just, in the 1st book, she's trying to make an encyclopedia of all the different types of fairies, and she ends up going to kind of this faraway place to kind of research this kind of like elusive fairy species that people aren't even sure if they exist. And sort of at the same time, she has a colleague from, is it Cambridge where they work, named Bamblebee, and he makes his way up there, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here to help you. And it's a really cute Grumpy Sunshine kind of dynamic, with Emily being the grumpy one and Bamblebee being the sunshine. And so it's just such a wonderful read. It's very atmospheric, very like whimsical, almost eerie in a sense, and the fae are really depicted as like what they are in folklore. I've been really wanting to read this. I love this cover so much. I think it's just so like ornate and like beautiful, and it has mushrooms on here and lots of pretty flowers. There's a bird, a compass, some foxes for whatever reason, and yeah, so I am very excited to get into this. I read the 1st book last January, so maybe we'll get into this in January or maybe December. Okay, last book. Are we ready? Okay, I'm not. This has been fun. Okay. Book with the 1-word title. Do I have something like that? I feel like we need a nonfiction in here. So this is Virus Sphere by Frank Ryan, and it says, from common colds to Ebola epidemics, why we need the viruses that plague us. And so I read a lot of books about infectious diseases. My only issue with this is that I don't know if it's going to be too similar to like the other science books that I read. My favorite like science book of all time that deals with like infectious diseases is Spillover by David Quammen, and I feel like this is going to be very similar. So yeah, but I have been wanting to read this at some point, so I feel like maybe this is a good thing to read. Ooh, The Ecology of the Oceans! Oh my god, wait, that's so exciting. Yeah, because viruses are really important for carbon cycling in the ocean. Okay, that's making me excited. But yeah, this is all like things that I really like, so I think this might be my last pick. Okay, wow, I'm like really surprised. It actually went really well. I'm like really excited. This was a lot of fun, like picking them out. Like I said, I was having a lot of decision fatigue and I just was not sure what I wanted to read, but this is making me really excited to like jump in and read these books. Okay, so this is all of the books that I have. So this is 8 books, and I'll probably get through a few more than that, although some of these are pretty chunky. In review, I guess, let's go through it really quickly. I have Rhythm of War to satisfy the actual like specific book that I have, or that I pulled. Virus Sphere to, what was this one? Oh yeah, a 1-word title. So this is all about like infectious diseases. We have Emily's Map of the Otherlands, which was to satisfy a place in the title. Bit of a stretch, but we'll go for it. A Pirate's Life for Tea, which is for my sapphic read. Even though I knew the end, which is my most recent purchase. We have Great Expectations, which is for my 500 plus pages. We have The Fury of the Gods, which was for, what was this for? Which one? Okay, this was for, I remembered now, for the highest rated book on my TBR based on Goodreads. It has a 4.57 star rating, so I feel like that's pretty good. And then last but not least, we have Mansfield Park, which was another one of my specific TBR picks. So yeah, that's all the books. So yes, anyway, so I do need to do a few school things today, and I need to turn in some PhD applications, so I'm gonna get going. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!